money, good homes, and friendship in all walks of life. This was promised to us by God, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. This is the wisdom or the promise that was shared with us by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And then we have Yeshua, who shared that I came so that they may have life and they may have it more abundantly. I did a video recently speaking, giving some guidance to spiritualists and people who work with the community in regards to how to properly price or appropriately price their services. And I know what went through the heads of a lot of individuals as soon as they listened, those who are in, who are pursuing those careers and perfecting those crafts, is I can't charge that. I spoke about how much would you charge or levy the penalty for missing your child's first steps. For some, that may be $50,000, $100,000, $1 million, whatever it is. But why is it that you have issue with envisioning your world like that, envisioning your wealth in that way? Always remember that spirit is wealth. Your first currency is breath. That's the first current that you dealt in this world. And breath was given and breath was taken. If you breathe in, you can only hold on to it for so long before the universe says, "Now give it back," or you got to go. So your first currency was your breath. The word spirit, also the same as the word spiral, actually means breath. And if you understand that current, just like currents of wind, currents of water, currents of electricity, these are all things that represent your currency. So if you have these prophets and these messengers and these messiahs that are sharing with you that life has been given in an abundant way, then there's nothing wrong with envisioning your wealth in terms of excess. That's no crime, to imagine that something could be given to you in excess. In fact, you should want a storehouse. You should want things to be given to you excessively. Why would you block that? It's like saying, I have a skill in something. Let's say I'm an artist, or, I'm a painter, or I'm a drummer, I'm a singer, I'm a sculptor, I'm a craftsperson, but I only want to be but so good. I don't want to be too good. Too good would be excessive. Or I have children and I only want them to do but so well. I don't want them to do too well, because that would be excessive. So you create a ceiling on where things should ascend to, how good they should be, how deep they should be. How much love do you want in your life? I only want a little bit of love, or this much love. I don't want too much love. I don't want it to be excessive. You see, when you block your primal currency, you block your first currency, you block everything. The worst thing you could do is block your currency, block your breath, hold your breath, see what your life is like. And not to mention just, okay, well, I can hold it in and breathe it back in now. You begin to do damage to your body by not breathing properly, by holding your breath too long. And I'm guilty of that. I walk around all the time holding my breath. So it's something that we have to work on. But even the associations and the conceptualizations that we have as it pertains to wealth and currency. If you feel, or if you know that, hey man, I should be getting $50,000 an hour, $100,000 an hour. It's not that people don't. It's not unheard of. It's not unrealistic. Or some of you may have said $10,000 an hour. It's not unrealistic. Just always remember, though, that being a high earner doesn't necessarily translate to being someone with a lot of wealth. There's a lot of people who earn a lot and don't have a lot, But you have to make that decision, but you have to create an association with abundance. You have to create a proper association with abundance, and that comes from understanding currency. I have a whole workshop that I did on this that I haven't even posted yet. I have so many archived presentations and workshops, a lot of them that I haven't even released, and I might release that one, or I might sell that one. I don't know. Depends on which way the wind blows or the breath blows, right? But in any event, I just wanted to give that little bit of quick follow up to that idea, because I know what went through your heads. I know what went through your heads. I can't charge that, and so many people I speak to don't charge what they should charge. And not because I say they should charge more, but because they feel awkward about asking for money, to do certain things. And I'm not just talking about spiritualists. I mean people who cut grass, people who provide legal services. I have people who provide psychiatric services and have their own practices and things like that, and are shaky on what they should be charging, and it's a model that you can go by. But again, as a person thinketh, so are they. So, what kind of thoughts do you have as it associates to what you want to bring into your life? And just understand that stopping one thing stops another thing. Everything grows together. It grows holistically. If you stop your breath, you stop your wealth. You see? And again, wealth is defined by your own measures of success. Wealth is not defined by me. Other than my wealth is defined by me. My success is defined by me. So you have to determine the areas that, that have room and have flexibility for abundance, and accept it, the fullness of everything it is, and overdo it. Accept it in excess, and don't be afraid to overdo it. I'm an overdoer. I am definitely an overdoer. I advocate overdoing it. Do more than what's required. Sometimes, don't do more than what's needed to a degree. Don't go beyond the line to the point that you become damaging or damage yourself. But I have no issue with overdoing it. So consider your wealth in the same way, man. Consider excess and abundance, and having things in storage. Have love in storage. Have talents in storage. Have wealth in storage. Have food in storage. Have land in storage. Have relationships in storage. Friendship in all walks of life in storage. All right? Enjoy your day. Peace. Chief Yu Yao.